of the family, go to the Graham Solomon YouTube channel, Thunder from Down Under channel, belt that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you get notified when we go live. And if you're watching on Facebook, smash the like button and the heart button because we've got not just one great guest today, we've got two special guests today, and I'll introduce them now. First is an old gun around here who was one of the original people that come on and did one of the first interviews on the Thunder from Down Under, and that's David Frizzell, the artist formerly known as the Wholesaler's Toolbox. And he's got something he's going to show us today, which, is what he's sort of running with at the moment and what he's known as at the moment. So we'll get into that. And then we've got Melissa Wolf. It's her first time on the podcast, and she's from Property Source, and she's got something really, really exciting to show us as well. So these are really good products that are at the cutting edge of not just wholesaling, but investing in general. So we want to have a really good look at them. So I've got the team in the podcast today to run you through it, and you get the first look at this live on the Thunder from Down Under. So don't waste it. Stay on board and watch what we're doing. And I'll start with David. So firstly, welcome, Melissa. I'll push you aside for a minute, David. Welcome, Melissa. It's great to have you as your first time on the show. And you're coming from Florida at the moment. You're coming live from Florida. And we're just talking about that beautiful part of the world. And do you want to just tell us just a little bit about Property Source, just a quick elevator pitch, and before we get into it, just so people know what it's about?
Absolutely. So we are a software development company who has developed an off-market listing service, similar kind of to the concept of eBay, where you can make an offer on a property, execute the contract through the title company, and close and collect your payment from closing all on one platform.
Beautiful. Sounds like the place to be. All right. Well, I'll jump down. Thanks, Melissa. Welcome. And we'll jump back up to you in a minute. I'll go down. I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch here. I'm going to go down to David down the bottom. And David, now, once again, you're known for the Wholesaler's Toolbox, and that's sort of been your brand for a while. Now, tell us about your new brand. I'll let you introduce it and tell us about it, its name, and what it is, and what you've been working on for a while.
Will do. First, I want to say real quick, I'm streaming this. I think we're streaming this on the Wholesaler Toolbox YouTube channel. So if you're watching it on this channel, go over and subscribe to Graham's channel on YouTube, Thunder from Down Under podcast.
Yeah, Graham Solomon Thunder from Down Under podcast.
So hop over to his channel and subscribe. So I've done, I've had the Wholesaler's Toolbox since 2014. A lot of people in the wholesaling industry have been there to download contracts or to, go through the wholesaling university, different things. But, probably early this year, late last year, I started really thinking about what other tools I could give to the industry, and not just wholesalers, but anybody trying to get into real estate investing as a whole. And, one of the things that I wanted to do was start coming out with some software products, because I believe that, the things on the market, they're either too generic, and for somebody coming into real estate to go in and customize them is very hard. And, the things that are in the industry designed for wholesalers are very expensive. Everything that you sign up for is, $100 a month here and $100 per month there. So I'm trying to create some things that are more useful to real estate, newbies in the real estate industry, and more affordable for people in the industry. So I'm starting a new brand. It's called Flippin' Pro. And the first thing we're going to roll out here is a CRM that will be great for wholesalers. It will be great for new real estate investors. The reason I'm on here with Melissa is because I've integrated their system into my system. So when a wholesaler uses my system to market for properties or to get things under contract, they can use Property Source or Melissa's software to actually sell that property and put it on theirs, but you can do it all within the Flippin' Pro platform. So that's what I've been up to. And I'll tell anybody that wants to build software, be ready, because it's not an easy task.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You've been working on it for a while. I've been
Yeah.
lucky enough to be privy to it, and I'm excited. I've been hassling you. When's this coming out? When's this coming out? Because I've seen a lot of CRMs and software and all that, and the features you got in this, which we're going to go into in a minute. Anyone that sees this will just go, "Wow, that's amazing." So we'll go into it, and then when Melissa comes in, is inside the system, you can just basically go across to Melissa's product and jump in there, which is the property source, and we'll go into that because that's an amazing new product as well. It's something different than what's out there. So, yeah, David. I mean, I think not. I mean, especially wholesalers, but investors. I mean, even realtors, the whole works could probably
Sure.
use this system. It's right across the investing world, and it's just got everything. So I don't know if you want to screen share, but if you screen share, I know screen share is usually boring, but anyone that is having trouble with tech or wants a simpler system or wants a better system is going to get excited, whether you're a tech head or not. So let's jump aboard.
Let me go. I'm going to jump into a dummy account here so people can kind of see what it looks like when you sign up, and
then we'll segue across to Melissa, and she can do the same, because we've got two amazing new products here. So I really want to showcase them. And I know people say, "Oh, screen share and that," but I'm telling you, once you get in to see these products, you're going to get excited, because I'm not a tech person. I'm excited.
Give you a couple of good little previews here. So I'll go ahead and share. Let's see.
Anyone coming in from Florida too, hit us up in the chat, because David's from Florida as well, and I think I might move to Florida. It sounds like the place to be. We were just talking about it off air. Here we go.
It's beautiful here.
See the screen there?
There we go.
Yes.
We're on. We are on.
Okay. So this is inside Flippin' Pro. This is what it looks like, and I'm just going to run down the side navigation bar here and explain everything to everybody real quick, and we'll get too in depth, but just so everybody gets a peek of what it's going to look like.
Check it out.
So this first section is your communication. It's your chat section, and it's where you're going to connect all your inboxes through your Gmail, we're going to have Facebook soon. If you want to put a widget on your website, however you want to connect, if you want to connect multiple emails or whatever you want to do, and they'll all come into your chat. Okay.
Wow.
So, and then also the phone numbers that you get, right? So everything will come into this box, right? And so you don't have to go to 20 different places to see your messages. It'll all come here. The calendar is a good calendar in here right now that you can connect with Google, with your Google Calendar, your Microsoft calendars. But this is getting ready to be a lot more robust. We already have, I don't know if I can do this real quick. It's kicking me out of there. But if anybody's familiar with Calendarly, where you can send your calendar link to people, we have that in here where you just click on the little link button and you can send them the link. We're adding some features where you can do groups, send it out to groups and do group calls and some different things. So a lot of exciting stuff getting ready to happen with the calendar before we even launch. The contact section, this is pretty self-explanatory. This is where if anybody fills out a lead, goes to your website, puts in a lead, or you enter them manually, or you buy a list and you want to import it, this is where all your contacts are going to live. So you can go in here and search them, through the filters or whatever you want to do. But this is where every company is going to be. Also has your form section in it. So this is where you build forms for websites. So again, anybody that comes into one of your forms on your website is automatically going to go into your database.
Wow.
That's cool.
We have the phone system. this is where you can manage all your lines. And if people have Twilio or a Ring Central, or they're getting numbers someplace else, this system, you don't need to go elsewhere to buy phone numbers. You can go right into your number section here and just click right there and buy a phone number. And you can buy one number, you can buy 30 phone numbers, however you want to do it. And then we've got a built-in dialer. You can just click on the dialer, and you have to buy a number first, of course, but you can click on the dialer, make calls out of here. If you're in the database and just click on the person's phone number in the database, it will call them. If you're setting up to drop text messages, you would also do it off of these phone lines. So if you want to keep your reputation good, your texting reputation good, you could go in here and buy 10 lines and just have your text messages alternate between lines as they go out. So you're not putting 1,000 call or 1,000 text messages on one line. You can, kind of round robin the text messages and have them go out from different, numbers in doing that. Wow. You can also set up extensions if you want to say, hey, for sales push 1, for disposition push 2, or whatever you want to set up extensions for, and you can have that ring right to you, a cell number or wherever you want it to go. Beautiful. You can also just have it go right into voicemail, and all your voicemail messages will be in here. You've got your call logs, of course, and then you've got the we'll have pre-recorded voice messages in here for you. So if we're not in the office right now, leave a message, or and we'll call you back, or you can add your own audio file.
Yep.
Wow.
Pipelines, again, we have pipelines set up for cash buyer, for motivated seller, for investors, for land, for mobile homes. You can go in here and create any pipelines you want. And then as your leads come in, they'll just drop right into the associated pipeline. So if it's a motivated seller lead, it'll come in here. It'll look just like this. Except, I've just put these in here as samples, but this will have more information. I'll have the owner's name, the phone number, whatever information that they've put in there. So you can click on it and work the lead right from there. And then as it moves down the process, you just move it to the next section and work it through your system.
Those squares, David, sorry to cut you off, those little squares, are they smaller than usual? Like, usually they're big, bulky ones, aren't they? So if you
it depends on the system you're using. Yeah. But when you click on it, the person's information will all come up here, so it's bigger, and you can work in it. Put the your description or your note or whatever in here, and do all that. So
yeah, and I was just saying that because I like those streamlined ones. Some of the other products have got real big boxes.
It's a lot cleaner, and you can see a lot more without having to to scroll over to if you're huge, it takes up a lot of space on your screen.
And
very nice.
And then you can set up things. So if you say you talk to somebody and it's a potential deal, and you want to go out and inspect the property, and you're on the phone with them, and it says, oh, okay, great. This sounds like, something that would fit my criteria. I want to come out and, when it's good for you, and, look at the property, take some pictures, so I can show them to my contractor or whatever. I'm going to send you a link to my calendar. You can have it set up to where when you take this and move it over here into inspections, it will actually trigger your email to send them a link to your inspection calendar, so they can set an appointment so you can come out and look at the property. So you don't even have to do anything. You can just, as you're moving this down, if you're going to, if you wanted to trigger sending somebody like a request for title or whatever you want to do, you can set up flows for that. And I'll show you that in a second.
Yeah, so, now we're talking.
Community. The community tab, when I started thinking about adding, are building a CRM. I wanted a place where everybody on the CRM in the same business could talk and communicate with each other. So everybody signs up to the CRM will be able to go in here, create an account, and just, they can go in here and ask questions, general wholesaling questions. If you have a question about the CRM, you can go in here and ask a question about the CRM. We've got a live chat feature where it's just going to be, a constant stream of people in here. If you want to get in here and ask more of a live feed question versus doing a, this is more of like a message board feature, but, get in here and do some live chat with people. We'll have docs in here. So we'll have code of conduct and how to use the platform, but we'll also get into having some contracts in here and other forms that are helpful. If we hold events, like if we're going to do a live Zoom meeting on Friday and get in here and talk about a certain topic, it'll be right here in the events section. We'll have a directory for all the members that are in here, so you can just click on their name, go to their profile, get their links to social media or whatever, and you can talk to them directly. So if they comment on something in a public feed and you just want to send them a private message, you can do it here. So it's a unique, I think, to CRMs to have something like this in here. But I think it will be beneficial because a lot of people wholesaling are new and have a lot of questions. So I think it'll be some place they can go in and quickly get an answer to some, to things that they need to know about. And
the thing with that, David, too, is, you've got a like-minded community. Instead of having to go out everywhere and find, it's all here. So people can come in, they can talk to other people that are using the system. They can talk to other people that are doing similar markets, similar industries, and it's all in one place. And we're
all in one place. Yeah, so you don't have to jump over to a Facebook group or multiple groups and try to find the answer, whatever. And this app that I've used to put in here for the community, they also have a phone app. So you can download the phone app and you don't have to, set at your computer on the CRM to talk to people. You can do it in a separate, chat app on your phone. So if you get a direct message or a response to something in one of the threads, you'll get a notification on your phone. Hey, somebody answered your question, and you can go in there and take a look at it.
And we're only not even halfway down the sidebar.
I'm trying to go fast so Melissa can show up.
I mean, just the fact that everything, like even all your Facebook, all your communication, all your phone, it's all in one place. And we haven't even hit. We got some coloured little tabs there.
Got some coloured tabs here, and we're going to set this up eventually. So this is. You can change this because I know that, in the industry, there's people that, they use PropStream, they use RealFlow, they use motivated seller data feed, they use Deal Machine, they use whatever. So people want this customizable, and usually you'll only see, one in there or something if there's anything in there at all. But we'll have this so you can change it and say, I just use Deal Machine and I want Deal Machine integrated into this. So you click on Deal Machine and it opens up your account right in the platform. So you're not hopping back and forth. You can sign right in and use Deal Machine within the platform, right? And we're working with Deal Machine, and we will work with PropStream and the other platforms to do an API connection. So when you're in Deal Machine and say you pick on this property and you say, I want to add this lead and add it to your Deal Machine system, it will also add to your database, and it will also add to a pipeline. And you can set up a pipeline just for Deal Machine, and it will be like, Deal Machine leads or whatever. So it'll be, seamless, and it will go right into your account. And then we'll have the same thing, hopefully for PropStream, where if you're in PropStream and you do the same thing, I don't want to. That's going to show my stuff. Yeah, you can't see my password, but you can go in here and do the same thing with PropStream. And if you want to make the screen a little bigger, you just hit on that, and it'll take it over and kind of hide the menu there. Right. So, but we'll have that set up so we can plug in any any software that supports an iframe that you want to work with and put it into the system. Then we'll go down to, once you get a deal using those great things, we've got a title order request in here. And, everybody you see in all the Facebook groups and everywhere, people, hey, can you refer me to a, investor friendly title company in, Ohio or in Texas or wherever you're doing deals at? Well, excuse me, my title guy, Walter, he actually he can do title in all 50 states. All right. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to go, if you're doing virtual or you're in one state, you don't have to keep going and saying, who can do title in California, who can do title here or there. Walter can handle it anywhere you do a deal at. So you just go in here. We're going to have a little intro video for Walter there, but you just go in here, you hit title order request, a form will pop up, and you just fill it out, hit submit, it goes to Walter, and title's ordered, and you don't have to hunt down an investor-friendly title company. They'll do assignment deals, they'll do simultaneous closings, they'll do whatever you need them to do, they can facilitate it.
And if you did have to ask someone, you just go in the community, or you go up the other tab into your chat, into your social media, so you don't even have to leave the site.
And you don't have to leave, but this should handle it for everybody. Okay, so let's say you're in Chicago, right? You're up in Illinois, where they have some wholesaling laws where you need to be a licensed realtor to wholesale, or some other criteria, and you need to do transactional funding to close a deal. You can go right in here to funding, and I've got a partnership with Straight Line Funding, and all you have to do is just set a deal right there. And this isn't credit based. It's not do you have a good credit score? Do you have income? They base transactional funding on the deal. So basically, all they're going to do is communicate with the title company and say, does the wholesaler have another buyer lined up? Does that buyer already have their funds to you? And if they say yes, then they're going to provide the funds for your deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can close on the first one using the transactional funding. You can close on the next deal with your buyer. And then as soon as you close on that deal, you pay the transactional funding back. Costs 1%. So if it's $100,000 deal, it costs you $1,000 to do it. But
beautiful.
But it allows people to wholesale in areas where you can assign a contract. This is also good if you want to use if you want to wholesale bank properties that don't allow assignments. If you don't want your buyer to know how much money you're making on the deal, right? So there's a lot of areas where transactional funding will come in handy.
Yep, beautiful. So that's another thing.
So now we're going to hop down here to Melissa's business here, or company, and it's the I've got a off-market MLS integrated into the CRM. This MLS is private branded under me, right? Under my company. Mm-hmm. So instead of Flippin' Pro, it's Flippin' Off Market, right? Yes. Because it's off-market properties. And if you're a wholesaler or an investor, but we're talking about really wholesalers mostly on my platform, you've got a deal under contract, you're worried about finding a buyer for your property, you can go in here and post your property for sale. And there's going to be other private label off-market MLSs that are tied into the same network that I'm tied into. They're going to be all over the country. They're coaches, they're real estate influencers, they're everybody. So if you list a property in my marketplace, people on every other marketplace are going to see it. Buyers on every other marketplace are going to see it. So it's essentially like, the MLS in a real estate broker's office. If I go to Century 21 in, here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and list a property, everybody else in Tampa Bay that's on that MLS and at Remax and at every other real estate office is going to see my listing. This is going to work the same way. It's private branded under me, but everybody that logs in on every system is going to see all the properties listed on the system.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like an amalgamation, like you're saying, you're sort of over here. Someone else has got another brand, but all the houses come onto one place. So
one place, right? So you just go in here, add a property, and it's just going to walk you through, the state, and I'll let Melissa walk through that, but it'll walk you through the whole thing, and then and then you can list your property on the what's it
marketplace.
called?
The marketplace,
network, right? When you're done, you have the choice to go ahead and publish it.
It's on the marketplace.
Yeah, on the marketplace. So anyway, I'll let Melissa get into that in a second. I'll go ahead and finish this up real quick. Websites. I'm building. I'm going to have website templates in here. And I know that's a big cost of wholesalers. They they have to go out and buy a website, and it's $50 a month or $100 a month, or they pay somebody $2,000 to make them a website or whatever. This has websites built right into it. So you go in here and you change the logo, you plug in what city you're in, you just customize it a little bit, and then you're ready to go, right? You put publish, you hook your domain to it, and you've got your website up and running. So I've got it currently for land, for mobile homes, for cash buyers, and for motivated sellers. We're going to be adding like multifamily, some different websites. I'll continuously add to the templates, but I thought these 4 specifically will get people running. And if you want to create your own website, you just get in here and create a new one and build it yourself. But for the people that aren't tech savvy, I wanted to have plenty of templates for people to get in here and go ahead and build their own. Getting more advanced, this is where you build flows. So if I get in here and say I want to create a flow after somebody submits a form, and we'll pick a form after they fill out the form, I want something to happen. So I can say I want to send them an email, and then I drag this over here, and it'll ask me what I want the email to say, right? And I'll plug that information in, and I'll hit save, and then I just connect this to the email thing, and then I want to add them as a contact in my which already happens, but I'm just using some examples, or whatever you want to happen when they fill something out. You just do it here.
That's amazing.
Right? And draw a line to it, right? And then draw a line to the next thing, and make this as complicated as you want. I want it to send them a text message. When they respond to the text message, I want them to send them a link to my calendar. I'm going to ask them a question, like a yes or no. Depending on the response, I can have it create a different action. So I do whatever I want in the flow until I end the flow, right? And then I hit save, and it's in there, right? So that's how you create. I'm already going to have basic flows set up, so when somebody fills out a form, you get a notification that says, "Hey, Graham, somebody filled out a motivated seller lead on your website." They'll get a text and an email that says, "Hey, thanks, we got your information. We'll be in touch soon." But if you want to get in here and build more complex automations in your system, you can.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Tracks is just a more complicated version of that. It's telling you what's happening in that. I'm not going to get into that right now because it's more complex. But when people log into the system or get into Flippin' Pro, we'll have training on tracks. And then lastly, we've got your payment section where if you want to, I left this in here. If you want to, if you for some reason you send people invoices, or you want to have your own products, or whatever, you want to set up a web page and sell something wholesaling related or not wholesaling related or whatever, you have the ability to get in here and create your own products and do your own things. So that is it in a great big nutshell.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's flipping pro.
That
and
is amazing.
when do we get access to this? Because that's incredible.
I'm working with some VAs that are going to handle my support. Right, they're diligently learning the system. So if somebody hits the chat bubble and say, "Hey, my website, isn't working right, or I screwed my website up. Can you fix it for me?" or whatever their issue is, they know how to get in there and fix the system. So they're learning the system. They're creating some flows for me. As soon as they're done, we're going to get it launched.
Get it launched.
Love it.
No promises on date. I've learned my lesson.
Yes.
Are we allowed to be
No
crash
date
test dummies? Can we get access, Melissa? Can we get access to this, to Dave's thing early? Hey, what do you reckon?
You will have access, Graham.
That is amazing.
She acts nice.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff in there.
That is amazing.
So you just don't have to leave. I mean, wholesalers will just go, you had me at a low, David, because, investors, everyone, but wholesalers especially, because you just keep jumping all over. You need about 5 screens. It's all in one now. You can just flick.
It's all in one. There's also a phone app, so you can access all that on your phone app. And right now, I'm pretty solid on this number. I think the price on it is going to be $29 a month.
Wow.
Stop it. Stop it, David. Stop it.
And Graham, you know me. I mean, with the Wholesaler's Toolbox, I give away a lot of stuff for free, right? And I'm trying to. I do that because I'm trying to help people get started in their career. And I talk to a lot of people that enough people I know that prices on all this stuff just beat them up, right? It's insane how much people, by the time they get a website, they get a CRM, they get PropStream, they get this, they get that. It's they're spending $500 a month before and they're not doing any deals, right? They're trying to learn the business, and and they're sending out mail, they're spending all this money, and 3 months in, they're at $1,500 and they haven't closed a deal yet. So I'm trying, even if you have Flippin' Pro, even if you don't subscribe to Deal Machine or something else, I'm trying to make it to where you've got the resources to do it, right? You can still get in your car, go out and drive for dollars for free, and come back and just plug in all the addresses in your CRM and then use it to market, right? So I want to make it affordable for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, David. And I just want to make one point, and anyone that's in the business knows this. You go and you get 1 or 2 websites or whatever, that's going to cost you $50 to $100 a month, isn't it?
$100 a month for a couple websites.
If you only just use this for your websites, and that's one out of all of those tabs, which have got some amazing stuff, you're getting it for half the price of anyway. So the value is, I just can't believe it. And I think once it launches, I think it's just, people are just going to rush to it because it's convenient, it's well priced, it's got all the things. I mean, you did a lot of research with wholesalers that at ground level from your experience, and people that that are in the trenches now. So you've just put together pretty much what people wanted.
I mean, it's literally been talking to people for years. I do video calls, we'll email back and forth, they'll text me, whatever. So I know what I think I have a good understanding of people coming in the business, what their issues are and what they need help with, right? So I'm trying to solve that need. Now of course I can't give it away for free because it costs me money to make it and build it and pay for support and do all the things that I have to do. But man, seriously, I don't think I could make it much cheaper and not spend money doing it. Because of course, the more people that sign up for it, the more it's going to cost me for support, and the more it's going to cost for web hosting and all the data and all the things. So it costs money to do it. So hopefully it'll at $29 a month. It's more. If me and my wife go out to dinner, it costs more than that, right? If I go out to dinner someplace decent, it costs me $40-$50, right? Yeah. So once a month, don't go out to eat and pay for this. It's a good resource.
and that's without the bar bill as well.
Without the bar bill,
When you go
right?
for dinner. So,
That
okay.
is $100, right?
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
what we'll do, Melissa's been really patient. Thanks for sitting there, Melissa. David had his time in the sun. He's been out there strutting his stuff, and that's amazing,
Oh
David.
no,
Thank you for that
it's
overview. I
completely
mean,
fine.
I think you nailed it because you didn't go too techie on us. You just gave us a good overview. So thanks for that. And that is a magnificent product. Now, halfway through the segue, there was Melissa's product in one of those tabs, and that's what we've brought Melissa in for. We're going to get her to
Yes.
talk about Property Source, which is just one of many of the things that David's got in there, which is amazing. So, Melissa, if you want to, I don't know if you want to share screen as
Okay.
well and run through with a share screen, but if you want to say anything prior to that, jump. You've got the floor. But
Okay.
David's exhausted now. After that, he's going to have a bit of a rest. So we'll let you
Okay.
have
My
the floor.
throat's dry now.
Okay. So, Property Source is actually a software development company, and we particularly are focusing on building a off-market real estate listing service, but it's also a network of white labeled platforms, websites. So everybody's platform is labeled to their brand. They are able to promote it. It is theirs. All the deals that are combined with all of them are all loaded on and all look, as one under one brand. So it's definitely really nice, and I can give
Yep.
you.
You want to jump on the share screen? So what that actually does, Melissa, it means you get your own little show over here, but
Right.
anyone that links into your system goes into the wide system. So they're getting so much coverage and leverage through the whole system.
Right.
Okay, there we go.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So each platform, there's two sides of it. There's your marketplace, which is your corporate side where you watch all of your franchises underneath you, your web stores. And then there is your web store side, which is your members. This is your member side web store. You have your dashboard where you can, view how many properties you have listed personally, how many total are published on your web store, which is your public facing of your web store. How many are published on your marketplace, which is where everybody is capable of viewing your deal across the globe. You have your payment history where it keeps track of everything and all of your purchases or all of the payments that you've made and making offers. You have your property alert, which is where you're capable of, adding a new alert and picking, exact criteria of what you want the property to have. You have your global marketplace, which is where you are capable of finding your deals at.
Nice.
Here you
Yeah.
have the
Cool.
favorite button. It can make it to your favorites. You have the quick view, which is where it pops over on the side and shows you a little quick view of the property. You can also view it in full screen with all of the details. Over here, you can make an offer on it. It all goes through the title company that David was talking about earlier with Walter Devaney. It is nationwide, so that's really nice. And any deal that he gets thrown at him, he can handle, which is great.
Yeah.
Including, assignments and all of that. Sorry, I just had to fill
So
this out really quick.
that's even better that you can, like you click in from David's site,
Right.
and you click across to this, and it's still got the same title, people, and everything. So you don't
Right.
have to reinvent the wheel. It's all there for you.
Right. Absolutely.
That's
It's
amazing.
really so here you put in your credit card information at the end. We do put a hold on your credit card for $99. It is an authorization hold. Upon the acceptance and at closing, we turn the $99 authorization hold into a charge, and then we collect the remaining $900 at the end from closing. If your offer expires or is rejected, we do not charge your account and we release the hold.
Yep.
So this just for clarification for everybody
Right.
watching.
Yeah.
That's for the buyer, not for the
Right. And
wholesaler.
this is for the buyer when you're making it.
Go ahead.
this is for when the buyer is making an offer on the property. So
Right.
I've picked the property here, and now I'm making an offer on it. Here is your assignment contract. It shows you every detail, what the agreements are, what the price is, all of that. I'm signing my contract now. I'm initialing it. I'm proceeding to my payment.
Boom.
And then I'm going to have this here where I can put in my card information. I won't do that as of now. So let's say I put my card information in and I go over here to offers I've made. It will show up here as if I've made the offer, and then you'll be able to review your offer, your contract, and all of that. But I didn't put it in. Closings here. This is where you have closed on a property. I've not closed on a property. This is your purchase history. You can download your agreement from when you made your offer, and there it is. You can review your closing, and this is where it gets a lot of fun. So this is all of the communication between the title company and the platform itself.
Yep.
All of our deals are blind transactions up until after the point of closing. So once you close on the deal, then it shows all parties, their information and everything else. Until then, you just specifically communicate with the platform. So all of the activity is registered, all of the conversations, your tasks are here. So let's say they need a document from you. They will put a task here and they will send you an alert. The platform will alert you that you need to upload your document, and you'll do that here. An inbox, which is where you're having conversations with the title company. This is where your documents are, your tax ID, your wiring instructions, your HUD statement. Everything is all here. And then again, it's all the activity dates and times, which is really, really nice. It kind of takes all the stress out. So now
Wow.
we do everything for you. We even follow up with the title company and make sure that your money is collected. Everything is done after closing, and it is automatically ACH payment straight into your account.
Yes. See, once again, you bringing everything into one place. It's just amazing. This is, I'm sure, when people watch this and they watch it through and they absorb all the information, they're going to go, "Wow, this is just
Right.
taking about
Yeah,
400 moving between what you're doing and what David's doing. This is bringing 400 moving parts into one area, and it's just
absolutely.
exactly what was needed." And the
Yeah,
fact that this is on David's platform, where he's got a heap of other features that most CRMs and that don't have.
right.
This is just out of knocking it out the park. I think, yeah, once this gets out, I think you're probably going to have to get security used to, guys. It's going to be like Rockstar. I mean, especially, for smaller operators, it just means you've got to free so much more time up. So
Right.
well done. I mean,
So,
just awesome.
I'm sorry. Thank you. So I do have one other really quick thing to share that I really am super excited about this platform. Here, when you add a property and you create a listing, all of our information is collected by Atom Data. So we have access to over 140 million records. It pulls the APN, the street view,
No way.
the satellite view, every single piece of information that is collected by the county, the land size, the property type, the lot, the legal description of it, the zoning, the section, all of it. And it really makes it so much easier because now you have all of that information on your listing and you can, view it all. You have the extra features that you can add. You don't have to fill anything out if you don't. You can list it as an owner, as an agent, or as a wholesaler. As a wholesaler, we do have the option to double close, and it will ask you if you do need funding for this transaction. We do have an in-house funding offering. It goes through our company. It's all in-house. Everything. You can assign the contract, which is really nice. We have A to B assigning. When you list this and you do the assignment, the property purchase price and the assignment fee is going to equal out to what it is listed as. So when you do it this way, you have to add what you bought it for, and then what you are adding your assignments fee for, and then that will equal out to what you're listing it for.
Beautiful. Wow. That last feature is just that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And
just
This is so, it's so crazy exciting for wholesalers because let's face it, we'll be honest. Most wholesalers, when they send out a property, they don't give half the information they should, right? Square
Right.
footage, all that stuff. So having this do it for them, put all that
Right.
information, it makes them, it brings them up to a higher level, right? It's this tool, which is free to them, elevates their credibility.
Right.
unbelievable, guys. It just blown my mind. I mean, I'd actually talked to David about this, and it's just blown my mind. And we were able to get it wrapped up in 45 minutes. We've done 2 screen shares. We've done a heap of tech. So usually,
I'm not done yet. I wanted to
well,
go
I'm
again.
just saying that side of it. Absolutely amazing. As an Aussie, I feel like I've walked into a pub, right? And there's a room over there to go and play pool. There's a room over there to play darts. There's another. It opens up to 100 rooms. Not just your system, but Melissa's system as well within your system. So that's amazing. And Melissa, I just want to clarify. So, for instance, I have got a platform. I've got a website where I've got all my stuff. I join with Property Source. I have that on my website. Wholesalers who come in and not just wholesalers, but people in real estate that come in, investors, even realtors, they come in, they just jump on my site and they know that even if there's not that much traffic there, that their property is going to go into the whole bigger picture. So it's going to be, so that's the benefit. You can jump in my one, you can go in David's one, you can go down the road to someone else's.
So how it works is your members actually don't have access to the other marketplaces, but the other marketplaces deals are shown up as your. We all share the same data when it comes to the property, so they can't actually hop around from marketplace to marketplace. They're your own members, but they do have it pulled in from all of the data, which is really nice. And the other thing that is really nice is we are also integrating with Connected Investor. We are working on, connecting with them directly to where all of their deals will show up on our platform, and all of our deals will show up on their platform, similar to like what David is doing, where our platform is integrated in with his CRM. It'll be similar to that with Connected Investor. And they have over 350 unique visitors a month that brings buyers to our platform, which is really great. We also have connected with HiveMind with Daniel Martinez. He is bringing all of 650 properties within the next few months, and we're working on getting those uploaded onto the platform as well. So we're making lots of great connections. We have a giant integration list. If I told you all of the names right now, you would be here for an hour and 45 minutes. But it's a lot of fun. We're working with a lot of great people. We're trying to give back to the wholesaling community. I myself did a little bit of wholesaling in the beginning, and it wasn't for me because I didn't understand and I didn't actually have access to the things that I needed, like what David's created now. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about being part of Property Source and working with David, is because we are trying to give back to our community in whatever way that we can.
Yeah, this is absolutely fast-tracked, like from where the industry was 2 years ago till now. And this is the next phase. Like, you've got just so much information in the one place. You don't need anything else. That's it. You one-stop shop. So that's awesome. Thanks, Melissa, for that, because I just want to quickly before.
He froze.
He froze.
And then here, this is where I'm working on this right now.
Those Australian internet companies.
Oh man.
While we're waiting for Graham, in case we cut off, the reason why I wanted why I got so excited over Property Source was because how you integrate on a network. I've had, so many people come to me over the years and tell me, hey, we've got this off market MLS system, but they were standalone, right?
Right.
And it's, when you're competing against, Facebook and Craigslist and the MLS and Zillow and, and all these places, it's hard to connect with just one thing like that, and
Right.
say, hey, everybody come use me instead of using all these big platforms.
Right.
But how you're doing it by integrating and going out to the coaches and saying, hey, let's, create a marketplace for you. And you're doing that times 100 or 1,000 and tying them all together. That's why I got excited about it, because I thought, this time it might just work, right?
Right.
It's this time, there's, you've got, at your office there, you've got a staff of people that are connecting with influencers, they're connecting with coaches, they're helping clients get their accounts set up. They're doing these things that nobody else has done before. I mean,
Right.
before people threw together a little website and said, hey, list your property here. But, unless you get people listing and coming from both, listers and buyers coming at the same time, it's never going to work.
Right.
And the way that you've done it, I think is going to make it, going to make a difference.
Well, that's one of the other things is we want the feedback, we want the feedback from our marketplace partners. We want the feedback from the coaches, the wholesalers, the investors, and we don't mind, we want to go out to your event. We want to promote your brand, because essentially your marketplace is your brand, and we want to be able to share the experience with everybody. We want to make everybody money. Everybody wins in this situation. And it's about really Mark's vision of building a network community. And we don't want to be competition with the bigger software companies. We don't want to be competition with the MLS. We want to join them. We want them to be a part of it as well. We want to interconnect with them while they're promoting, their brand. So, like with Connected Investor, it is really truly about just making it to where everybody has access to it all in one place, and nobody has to struggle anymore. I mean,
Sure. Because it's not really competition, right? And
Right.
and some people will look at it that way, but at least companies like Connected Investors has the vision to see what you're trying to do, because you're they're bringing value to their members, right? They could say, no, we're not going to be part of that. We're a closed group, and if you're not part of our platform, you're not going to see anything. But for their buyers and their sellers to connect into this greater universe,
Right.
It just benefits. It adds more value to what they're doing. And the same. Sorry, I was looking at a.
I think you said he wants us to wrap up.
He said I can do the wrap up. So, but it's and I thought the same thing with my platform. This is just providing value, right? People come in, come into Flippin' Pro, and they've got access to this. It doesn't cost them anything. They can list on here for free, and their properties will get shown to the people from Connected Investors and Hive Mind and every other platform on here. And I mean, you've already got some big names on there, but like weekly, you guys are growing with who you're connecting with and who that. So is this a great that's why I'm touting it to everybody, because I think what you're doing is just a great effort for everyone. So.
Well, thank you very much, and I really enjoy working with you. It's been a great pleasure, and thank you for having me on here, and thank you, Graham, for having me on here as well.
And this is somebody said this is great without Graham. So this is David from the Thunder Down Under podcast, co-host apparently. But Melissa, thanks for doing this today, and tell Mark and everybody over there to keep up the hard work, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a great day. Thank you for having me.
Everybody subscribe to Graham's channel and Instagram, and meet him back here next time. Thanks,
Thanks.
Melissa.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.